Hi everyone, welcome to the Monday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news, military officials say that a suicide bombing in Afghanistan has killed 4 101st Airborne Division soldiers. Major General John Campbell confirmed the deaths by video conference today from his headquarters at Bagram Airfield. According to the Major General, about 40 soldiers were in a single room conducting a meeting when a man wearing an Afghan National Army uniform detonated a bomb vest he was wearing. The names of the 4 soldiers, local soldiers, have not been released pending family notification. Kentucky State Police are investigating human remains that were found near the McCracken, Graves, and Marshall County lines over the weekend. The skeletal remains were discovered by turkey hunters in a heavily wooded area off Bryant Ford Road. Officials have confirmed the remains are in fact human, but a positive identification has not been made as of news time. This investigation is still ongoing, and the state medical examiner's office in Madisonville is scheduled to examine the remains on Tuesday. A Pembroke man was life-flighted to Vanderbilt Medical Center with serious injuries after striking a cow with his car Saturday night. The Christian County Sheriff's Department says 58-year-old Terry Cook was traveling on Pembroke Road around 9:45 Saturday night when his vehicle reportedly struck a cow that was in the middle of the highway. Upon impact, the cow went across the hood and into the windshield of the car, causing major damage to the front and top of Cook's car. Cook sustained facial and head injuries for the accident and was life-flighted to Vanderbilt Medical Center. A Hopkinsville man and 2 children were injured when their car flipped at the Lovers Lane exit on the Edward T. Breathitt Pennyrile Parkway yesterday. Kentucky State Police say 22-year-old Daniel Michaels was attempting to exit the parkway yesterday afternoon when he lost control of his vehicle. The front driver's side of Michaels' vehicle struck an earth embankment and caused it to overturn and come to a rest on its top. Michaels and his 2 passengers, 12-year-old Vicenia Trujillo and 9-month-old Adrian Michaels, were transported to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment. Well, meanwhile, Hopkinsville police are investigating an assault that allegedly took place at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School. The 11-year-old male victim reportedly told police a male acquaintance assaulted him at their school classroom last week. In addition, the victim told police the assault caused internal bruising to his forehead and the loss of a tooth. Police charged the 11-year-old boy with second-degree assault. A Christian County judge has granted probation to a former Jenny Stewart Medical Center bookkeeper charged with embezzling thousands of dollars from the hospital. Judge John Atkins sentenced 45-year-old Deborah Kuhn of Thornton Court to 5 years probation. As previously reported by Source 16, Kuhn stole over $52,000 from Jenny Stewart Medical Center and pled guilty in December to 56 counts of second-degree criminal possession of a forged instrument. Clarksville police released today the name of a man who was struck and killed by a car while walking on Fort Campbell Boulevard this weekend. The victim was identified as 58-year-old Robert Gamina of Clarksville. Police say around 9 p.m. Saturday, Gamina was walking west and crossed the northbound lanes near Maple Street when he was hit by 19-year-old Richard Warren of Fort Campbell, who was driving north. According to police, there was no indication that alcohol played a factor in the wreck. That investigation is still ongoing. The Graves County Sheriff's Office made several arrests in a string of multiple burglaries and thefts over the weekend. Officials say 22-year-old Charles Russell of Mayfield allegedly broke into Odom's Livestock on US 45 South in Mayfield and stole a safe that was welded to the floor. He also reportedly cashed a blank check from the safe at a local bank. Meanwhile, deputies arrested a 16-year-old juvenile from Paducah after he reportedly broke into a Dodson Road garage and stole a 2007 Honda Rubicon four-wheeler. The juvenile rode the four-wheeler to Dublin, where he picked up 18-year-old Joseph Jones. Officials say they rode the four-wheeler until it ran out of fuel and abandoned it in Water Valley. Police say after Jones and the vehicle abandoned the vehicle, 20-year-old Jeremy Meadows made arrangements the next day with another juvenile in Mayfield to trade the Rubicon for a racing-style Honda four-wheeler. Police then arrested 18-year-old Christopher Meadows of Water Valley and a 16-year-old juvenile from Paducah after Meadows allegedly took a laptop that was reported stolen from Heath Middle School and sold it to a juvenile in Mayfield and split the money with the juvenile from Paducah. All of the adults are lodged in the Graves County Detention Center, and the juvenile is lodged in McCracken County Juvenile Detention Center. Well, the tax deadline's officially here. If you haven't filed your taxes yet, you have until midnight to do so. Today, volunteers with the First Baptist Church of Hopkinsville passed out free stamps outside the Hopkinsville post office to people sending in their taxes.
Today, handing out stamps. Everybody doesn't have a stamp for their taxes. We're handing out water and cookies, and turnout's been very well. A lot of people want water and also the cookies.
Now, none of the post offices in our viewing area will be open late this tax day. That's because most people have electronically filed their taxes this year. The Internal Revenue Service reports that by early this morning, the IRS had received nearly 101 million e-filed returns for the 2011 tax season. For those of you still needing to file, e-filing and free file will be available both through tonight and for those filing with a 6-month extension. You can find out more information on the IRS's website at irs.gov. It goes without saying that combat is hard on the mind, body, and soul of any veteran, but it doesn't have to be all that bad. Here's Source 16's Marie Fainter about a local Vietnam veteran's extraordinary life and journey.
An accidental discovery and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to star in a film with a movie icon are just two things a local Vietnam veteran has accomplished in his life.
Still amazing that I've lived through all this.
In 1967, while attending officer candidacy school at Fort Benning, Georgia, Coate met the Duke.
I was Captain Chaplin in part of his movie, The Green Beret.
And then, in 1969, Coate and his platoon of 18 men in Vietnam stumbled upon a small, helpless deer that in 1995 would later be classified as a new species to Washington scientists.
In the middle of a big clearing, we had found this little deer animal about this big, and down in the bottom of the crater it was in the mud.
According to the retired captain, the deer was named after a rugged mountain range between Vietnam and Laos and was more dog-sized than deer-sized.
The little thing was a blessing.
The deer's antlers now serve as a constant reminder of his time while in Vietnam. Marie Fainter, Source 16 News.
Callaway County High School is taking nominations for the School-Based Decision-Making Council until 3:30 p.m. April 25th. The election will be held on Thursday, April 28th. Parents and guardians of students who will attend CCHS for the 2011-2012 school year are eligible to run and to vote. A nomination form and information sheet can be picked up in the school's office at 2108 College Farm Road between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Well, Christian County motorists should be aware of some road work on I-24 West this week. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet said westbound traffic on the I-24 overpass at exit 86 has been restricted to one lane. The restriction is to allow the repair of an expansion joint on the overpass deck and includes a reduced speed limit and enhanced enforcement presence and double fines. KTC said the contractor expects to have work at this site completed by the end of the week and have all lanes open for the busy Easter holiday weekend. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet will hold a public meeting tomorrow night to discuss Phase 1 of the US 41A Nebo Road Widening Project at Madisonville. The informal meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. to 7:30 at Madisonville North Hopkins High School, where officials will discuss plans for the project along US 41A from US 41 Main Street in Madisonville near Yorkwood Place condominiums and Lake Pee Wee Road. In November, state transportation officials announced that they would divide the project into two phases to allow construction on Phase 1 to start in late 2013 or early 2014. Well, here's a look at some of your upcoming chamber events brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. Morningside Industries, one of the chamber's newest members, is hosting an eye-opener breakfast on Tuesday, April 19th at 7:30 at the James E. Bruce Convention Center. Come hear the latest information about their plans in Hopkinsville. For more information, contact the Chamber at 270-885-9096. And on Saturday, April 30th from 10 a.m. until 2:30 p.m., there will be a Kentucky Pep Rallies event at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School. The event's free and will feature workshops for parents and activities for school-age children. For more information about the event, contact them at 502-226-6610. Alpha Alternative's 20th annual fundraising banquet, 20 Years of Making a Difference, will take place Monday, May 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the James E. Bruce Convention Center. Deadline to RSVP is Thursday, April 21st. For more information, contact 270-885-3820. Also, the local chapter of Soldiers Angels is looking for donors to participate in helping troops know that they are appreciated. Donors are asked to collect welcome home kits for single soldiers returning to Fort Campbell from their deployment or provide food and drinks for waiting families. For more information, contact Regina Urbanski, 931-220-9522. These Chamber events are brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Vision Plan. And this reminder, Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot's $12 million. Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $56 million.